What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is a big day for me. It's my favorite ride of the year. It's not a race, just a ride, but it's the Tour das Hugel. It's 110 miles. This is debated, but the general outline is 110 miles up Austin's steepest hills, about 11,000 feet of climbing, and none of that is steady. It's all going to be quick up, quick down, steep ramps over and over and over again. This is the first ride that I ever did in Austin back 2016, I think. A few college buddies and I came down from the DFW area to do this ride, and I fell in love. So I think this is going to be the first time that I'm going to do it a little less socially than I had previously. Still going to be social, still going to stop at the rest stops, but just try and be a little more careful with my time to get it done in a reasonable amount of time. Last year, I hopped from group to group, averaged like 16 miles an hour or so, and had almost 2.5 hours of stopped time within the ride. So we're going to try and keep that to below 1 hour of stop time today. Here's all my ride nutrition. There's aid stations, so I'll have more than this, of course. But I'm going to be taking 3 of these Scratch high carb packets. So they're 50 grams of carbs each, doing 1.5 in each bottle. And then I've got some Fig bars, I've got some Scratch Energy Chews, and a Cliff Bar Nut Butter Bar. Overall, this is gonna get me only like 40-ish grams of carbs an hour. But with the Breakfast Club biscuits and coffee stop at the top of Terrace Mountain, as well as Factions stop on River Place and Night Owls with their drink mix at the halfway point and at the end point, it should be quite sufficient. If you've seen the channel before, you're probably pretty familiar with the bike I'll be riding. I've got my CAD. This will be my last ride of the year on my carbon wheels. After that, I'll be going back to the training wheels for the winter, mainly because I've got some 25 mil non-tubeless tires I need to burn through, and I don't want to put them on these. So without further ado, let's finish getting ready, throw everything together, and head out for this year's edition of the Tour das Hugel. Got all the Dallas homies.
Yeah, me too. I mean, that's good.
So Tour das Hugel starts with a fairly neutral rollout coming out on rolling wood, but we quickly get into it. So here we are getting on some of the first stuff, and you can see people are actually putting out some power and getting a little spicy with it. The first major climb, we're going up the high road, and this is a real tough one to start on for a lot of folks. It just goes and goes and goes, it flattens out and then keeps going again. This is the top of Terrace Mountain, where Breakfast Club have their now tradition of biscuits and coffee. The Breakfast Club started with a few people trying to ride Hugel, getting to the top of Terrace Mountain and bailing right here to go get breakfast.
Good job.
How we doing so far, boys?
Pretty good.
Here we are rolling into the Barton Creek descent. With a tailwind, you can get some pretty solid speed, and it's a real good wide open drop. Here we are getting onto Law Street, which turns right off of Barton Creek. And this drop is one of my favorites in town because of the S-curve at the bottom. It's real fun to fly into and rail this left-hand sweeping corner, followed immediately by a right-hand sweeper.
Made it to the halfway point. All right, midway point. How you feeling?
Feel great, man. How you feeling?
Doing great.
And the iconic Mount Bonnell drop. Here, Miquel is getting a run at the descent. Had a great time cruising these hills with him in the first half of Hugel.
What is this guy doing?
Well, James dropped his chain. There he is. He's coming up over the hill. Dropped his chain right as we were getting onto this hill. Had to hop off the bike. Fucking SRAM! Shout out to the faction guys for popping up their tent. They sit at the top of River Place and supply everyone with much needed sustenance. Going down the cyclocross descent almost under the dam, down to the low water crossing. I reach for the record button and accidentally hit the latch on my GoPro mount and it flies off. Luckily, no real damage to it, no damage to me.
No? I've done that every time.
I think we're looking down and we're like, yeah, fuck that. That's dumb as hell. So we came down here. And we got to this bridge and there's actually water on it. So we're like,
Yeah, it was recording whenever it dropped, so I have some good footy.
This is the Big View descent, and honestly, this is probably my least favorite part of Hugel because it is straight down for a few miles, and then you turn right back around and have to climb back up it. I was riding with James for the entire day. We rode with a couple people at different times, but he and I were together for the entire day, and I definitely overestimated his eagerness to descend, so I got quite a big gap on Big View going down it, and then once I got back to the top, took a brief break and waited for him to catch. And after meandering back a lot of the way we came, here we are back on Lake Austin Boulevard, rolling in with a small group of people we had caught, and heading back towards the start and finish line. Something that I really love about Hugel, something that makes it great to me, is that it's not an official thing. There is no organization really. There's no fee to ride. Nothing is given to any of the teams and groups that come out and provide food and encouragement to the riders. It is all done out of the goodness of everyone's heart and just the love for cycling and the local scene. So a huge shout out to Breakfast Club and Night Owls Racing. A huge shout out to Bat City Cycling, to Faction, and to Violet Crown. And of course, a huge shout out to Tour das Hugel, the guys that started it all. It's one of the first rides that I ever did in Austin, and it's one that I hope to do many, many more times because it holds a special place in my heart.
Congratulations, James.
Just so
You did it. Knocked it out.
Well, if you
We
do
did it. We
just
survived.
yourself.